The Himalayas, Earth's highest mountain range, stand as a majestic barrier between China and India. These towering peaks hold the world's third largest deposit of ice and snow, feeding vital rivers like the Brahmaputra. This river, originating in Tibet, flows through India and Bangladesh, sustaining millions with its life-giving waters. However, the Himalayas are not just a source of life, they are also a zone of geopolitical tension. China and India, two rising Asian giants, share a long and disputed border along this formidable mountain range. This border dispute, a legacy of history and unresolved claims, continues to fuel mistrust and rivalry between the two nations. High on the Tibetan plateau, China is constructing a marvel of engineering, the world's largest hydropower dam on the Yarlung-Zangbo River. This ambitious project is not just a feat of modern engineering, but also a symbol of China's relentless pursuit of technological advancement. This mega dam, a testament to China's technological prowess, is designed to generate an astounding amount of clean energy, solidifying China's position as a global leader in renewable energy. The scale and complexity of this project are unparalleled, showcasing the nation's commitment to sustainable development. The dam is a key component of China's ambitious plans to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. It represents a significant step towards reducing the country's carbon footprint and transitioning to a greener economy. It promises to fuel China's economic engine while addressing its growing energy demands in an environmentally sustainable manner. The project is expected to provide a reliable source of power for millions, driving economic growth and development. However, this ambitious project comes with significant geopolitical and environmental implications, particularly for downstream countries like India and Bangladesh. The potential changes in water flow could have far-reaching effects on agriculture, fisheries, and livelihoods in these regions. The dam's location, in a seismically active region prone to earthquakes, raises concerns about its safety and the potential for catastrophic downstream consequences in the event of a breach. The risk of natural disasters adds another layer of complexity to this already controversial project. The sheer scale of the project, and its potential to alter the flow of the Brahmaputra River, have sparked anxieties in India about water security. The river is a lifeline for millions, and any disruption could have severe consequences for agriculture and daily life. This has become a major point of contention between the two countries, adding another layer of complexity to their already strained relationship. The diplomatic tensions highlight the broader challenges of balancing development with environmental and geopolitical stability. For India, the Brahmaputra River is more than just a source of water. It is a lifeline, a vital artery that nourishes the land and its people. Its waters irrigate vast farmlands, sustaining the livelihoods of millions of farmers in northeastern India and Bangladesh. The river's flow ensures that crops thrive, providing food security and economic stability to the region. The river also plays a crucial role in maintaining the region's delicate ecosystem, supporting a rich biodiversity of flora and fauna. From the lush greenery to the diverse wildlife, the Brahmaputra is a sanctuary for countless species. The potential impact of China's mega dam on the Brahmaputra's flow has become a major source of anxiety in India, fueling fears of water scarcity and ecological disruption. The dam's construction has raised alarms about the future of this vital river.
Indian officials have expressed concerns about the dam's potential to disrupt the river's natural flow, particularly during the crucial monsoon season. The monsoon rains are essential for replenishing the river and supporting agriculture. Reduced water flow could lead to drought conditions, impacting agricultural yields and exacerbating water scarcity in downstream areas. Farmers, already struggling with unpredictable weather patterns, could face even harsher conditions. Moreover, any alteration in the river's flow could have devastating consequences for the fragile ecosystem of the Brahmaputra basin, threatening the livelihoods of fishing communities and endangering numerous species. The river's health is intricately linked to the well-being of these communities. The uncertainty surrounding the dam's impact has cast a long shadow over India's water security, prompting calls for greater transparency and cooperation from China. Ensuring a sustainable future for the Brahmaputra requires collaborative efforts and mutual understanding between the two nations.
Adding to the geopolitical tensions, China has recently established new counties in territories claimed by both India and Bhutan. This move, seen by many as a strategic maneuver to assert control over disputed areas, has further strained relations between the countries. The establishment of these new administrative divisions, particularly in regions strategically important for their proximity to the Brahmaputra River, has raised alarm bells in India.
India views these actions as a violation of its territorial integrity and a deliberate attempt to alter the status quo in the region. The move has also raised concerns about China's long-term strategic objectives in the Himalayas. India fears that China's growing infrastructure development in these disputed territories, including the construction of roads, rail lines, and military facilities, could solidify its control over the region and pose a direct threat to India's security. This strategic maneuvering by China has added a new dimension to the complex geopolitical dynamics of the region.
Section 5. Environmental impacts, balancing development and ecology. The construction of the mega dam is a monumental task that involves extensive planning, resources, and manpower. And the establishment of new counties in the Himalayas highlight the complex interplay between economic development and ecological sustainability. These projects aim to boost local economies and improve living standards.
China argues that the dam is crucial for its transition to a greener economy, providing clean energy and reducing its reliance on fossil fuels. This shift is seen as essential for combating climate change and reducing its reliance on fossil fuels. The country aims to cut down on pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. However, critics argue that the environmental and social costs of the project far outweigh its benefits, particularly in the long term. They point to the irreversible damage to natural habitats and communities, particularly in the long term. The potential for long-term environmental degradation is a significant concern.
The dam's construction has already resulted in the displacement of local communities, forcing many to leave their ancestral homes, and the disruption of fragile ecosystems. Wildlife and plant species are particularly vulnerable to these changes. The dam's potential to alter the river's flow and sediment load could have cascading effects on downstream ecosystems, impacting biodiversity and the natural balance, and the livelihoods of communities dependent on the river. These communities rely on the river for agriculture, fishing, and daily water needs.
The establishment of new counties in ecologically sensitive areas raises concerns about deforestation, habitat fragmentation, and increased human-wildlife conflict. These activities threaten the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Balancing China's developmental aspirations with the need to protect the region's fragile environment remains a significant challenge. It requires careful planning, sustainable practices, and a commitment to preserving natural resources for future generations.
Section 6. The geopolitical chessboard, a new era of rivalry. The Brahmaputra River dispute is just one piece in the larger geopolitical chess game being played out between China and India. Both countries, with their growing economies and global aspirations, are vying for influence and dominance in the region. The Himalayas, with their strategic importance and abundant resources, have become a focal point of this rivalry.
China's assertive actions in the region, including its infrastructure development in disputed territories and its military modernization, are seen by India as a direct challenge to its security and interests. India, in turn, has been strengthening its military presence along the border and forging strategic partnerships with other countries in the region to counter China's growing influence.
The Brahmaputra River dispute has become a symbol of this broader geopolitical rivalry, highlighting the complexities and potential for conflict in the region. Section 7. Diplomatic efforts, seeking common ground. Despite the escalating tensions, both China and India recognize the importance of dialogue and diplomacy in managing their differences. Numerous rounds of talks have been held between the two countries to address the Brahmaputra River issue and other border disputes. These talks have focused on establishing mechanisms for data sharing, early warning systems, and joint management of transboundary water resources. However, progress has been slow, and mistrust between the two sides remains high.
China maintains that its dam projects are purely for peaceful purposes and will not harm downstream countries. India, however, demands greater transparency and binding agreements on water sharing to safeguard its interests.
Finding common ground and building trust remain crucial steps towards a peaceful resolution of these disputes. Section 8. Potential for conflict, a looming shadow. While both China and India have repeatedly emphasized the importance of peaceful coexistence, the potential for conflict over the Brahmaputra River and other disputed territories cannot be ignored. The lack of a clearly demarcated border, coupled with historical mistrust and competing strategic interests, creates a volatile environment.
Any miscalculation or accident along the border could quickly escalate into a larger conflict, with devastating consequences for the region and beyond. The risk of conflict is further heightened by the growing militarization of the Himalayas, with both countries deploying troops and advanced weaponry to the region.
The international community has a vested interest in urging both sides to exercise restraint, pursue dialogue, and seek peaceful solutions to their differences. Section 9. Conclusion towards a sustainable future. The Brahmaputra River dispute highlights the challenges and complexities of transboundary water management in an era of climate change and geopolitical rivalry. Finding a sustainable path forward requires a commitment to dialogue, cooperation, and a shared vision for the future. China and India must prioritize the needs of the people and the environment over short-term strategic gains. This requires a shift from a zero-sum approach to one based on mutual benefit and shared responsibility. The international community can play a constructive role by facilitating dialogue, providing technical expertise, and promoting regional cooperation. The future of the Brahmaputra River and the peace and prosperity of the region depend on the choices made today.